afternoon, students. We'll continue with chapter 3, that is memory management. So we had stopped on the last topic, that is swapping. Now after swapping, there's one topic which is memory management with there are two variations, with bitmaps and with linked list. So first we'll be going with bitmaps. So when we are talking about memory management, the OS must manage the memory when allocated dynamically. Dynamically means which will keep on changing. Statically means only same values will be applied again and again. Dynamic means every time the value will keep on changing. So there are two approaches to manage memory. First one is bitmaps and second one is linked list. Linked list is for free allocated memory segments, whereas bitmaps will read what is it. In this method, bitmaps, every allocation unit significant by a 0 or a 1. So bitmapping is between the value 0 or 1. Free allocation unit, listen properly, free allocation unit, whichever unit is freely allocated, is represented by 0, and allocated unit, whichever is allocated by the user, will be represented by bit 1. So here figure 2.4.2, now this figure shows you, that is 3.6 shows you that this is bit mapping done in memory management. But when we do memory management, even with an allocation unit as small as 4 bytes, 32 bits of memory will require only 1 bit of the map. Yes, only 32-bit memory can arrange into one bitmap value. Depending on a memory of 32 n bits, will use nmap bits. So the bitmap will take up only 1 upon 32 of memory. So 32 bits can be arranged in one bitmap value, as well as if the allocation unit is chosen larger, the bitmap will be smaller. As long as you take the allocation, the bitmap will be more smaller than that. Now but appreciable memory may be wasted in the last unit of process. Yes, somewhere a memory location can be wasted because of this. If the process size is not exact multiple of allocation unit, if the size is not as provided by the allocation unit, it is not like that, then it will be wasted. So what is the advantage of bitmap? That is, a bitmap provides a simple way to keep track of memory words in fixed amount. It gives you a fixed track of records in memory, as well as because of the size of bitmap depends only on the size of memory. Bitmap size depends on size of memory and the size of allocation unit. Allocation unit size and total bitmap size totally depend on each other, and that is the reason maintenance of such bitmap provides a proper track keeping. Now disadvantage is there. A part of memory where hole is there means where we say there is a space left for certain process, but allocation unit is more, so that space becomes free. So this can be an disadvantage. See here, every bitmap is calculated, that is 1 2 3 likewise. But here when we talk about each and every bitmap, when they are processed into a list, what happens is 0 in the bitmap is free. So here all these shaded regions are free. But if the allocation size, till that you do not get the same allocation size, till that time you cannot use that, and that is the reason this can be an disadvantage as well. Now this same information when put in a list format, this was in the bitmapping format, can you see the zeros and ones? Likewise, see, arrows, shaded region arrows turn out to be 0, non-shaded turn out to be 1. Likewise, when you put it in a arrangement form of allocation, it becomes like this, that is starting length, length of total values, whole means here empty value, all such things. Next is memory management with linked list. So linked list is another way of keeping track of memory, and to maintain linked list of allocated and free memory segment, where a segment either contains a process or is an empty hole between two processes. So here a process becomes it has a process or it terminates a process. So now we'll check how it is there. There are 4 neighbor combinations of terminating process X. First one is before X, A, X and B, X terminates, middle layer becomes empty. What they had said, that either it contains a process or it is empty. So either it contains a process, once process leaves it is empty. Either it contains a process or process is empty. Either it contains a process or process is empty. So these are the 4 variations in which your X, before X termination and before after X terminates. So these are the 4 variations in which values can terminate in linked list format. In this example, the segment list is kept sorted by address. Sorting this way has the advantage that when a process terminates or is swapped out, updating the list is straightforward. Yes, once it is swapped out, updating it becomes more easier and understandable, so that we do not have to again and again go and search for that. The next is memory management algorithm. So what are the memory management strategies? There are total 5 strategies: first fit, next fit, best fit, worst fit and quick fit. So we'll be studying in the syllabus first fit, best fit and worst fit. So first fit means what? In the first fit strategy of memory allocation, the very first available hole that is big enough to occupy an incoming process gets allocated to that process. Yes, as the name suggests, first fit means whichever comes in memory first will be allocated with the first hole of memory allocation. So there are 2 options available to start the search. Searching can either initiate from location where previously search has stopped, or start of the set of holes. So there are 2 options for first fit also. It can start from wherever it had paused, or it can start from the set of holes from wherever it had ended. So searching end when free hole that is big enough to hold the process is located. Searching and end when free hole is there. Free hole whichever is there of that same location or same allocation can be searched to hold that process to be located there. Best fit is, in best fit strategy of memory allocation, the small hole that is big enough to occupy an incoming process get allocated to that process. Means what? If I have a hole of 16 KB empty, if my process task is there ready for memory allocation of 16 KB, it could be the best fit, that hole could be the best fit for that memory allocation to be turned into that process big enough to get occupied into that hole. Next is next fit, means once first fit is over, referring to the next fit whichever is there is called the next fit. Worst fit is, in worst fit strategy of memory allocation allows the largest hole gets allocated to incoming process. Worst fit is they will check whether which is the largest hole to get fit to that particular process, and quick fit is whichever is empty please allocate it that particular time. Next is virtual memory. So there is no need to run programs that are too large to fit in the memory. So one solution for all these memory allocations is virtual memory. Virtual means not real actually. So there are programs which are not fitting in the memory but they require execution. So solution adopted in 1960s split programs into small pieces called overlays, kept on the disk, swapped in and out of the memory. So one solution which was found out was swapping, that is swap in the process, cut it into small pieces and run each and every process, and then again bundle it and then reprogram it. So likewise virtual memory, each program has its own address space broken up into chunks called pages. Now in virtual memory, what do is virtual memory they chop off the pages or they chop off the data from virtual memory into their own address space. They give their own address spaces to those pieces, and that pieces in virtual memory are called pages. What are they called as? They are called as pages. So how does paging work? Paging basically works on Paging is a memory management technique which allows physical address space of the process to be non-contagious. Non-contagious means it is not interdependent on anything. In some sense, paging mechanism is similar to reading a book. That yes, somewhere it will be interconnected, but it is not interdependent. Means what? When we read a book, we only see and need to open the current page to read. Yes, obviously it is interdependent but not interconnected. So we every time we read a book, yes, if I am on a 16 page number, I will directly jump off to 16 page and I'll go and read the page. Likewise, in paging, it is similar to that. Once I need to complete a particular task, I open that virtual memory page, I do my task, and that time I am not visible with other pages. So this is a paging mechanism technique. In same manner, we can say that even when we have large program available, the processor only needs some set of instructions to execute at any time. In fact, all these instructions which the processor needs to execute are within small proximity of each other. So there are interdependencies of programs, and it hardly requires some instructions to execute that program, and for that large programs to run, we can go with the paging process. So paging is basically your CPU package. Then CPU sends virtual addresses to main memory unit. Main memory unit then sends physical addresses to the main memory, and then memory and disk controller work in hand together. Bus is keeping all these things interconnected so that data can be transferred from here and there. Next is paging between virtual addresses. Now when you do not know virtual addresses means when you are dividing your virtual data into chunks, that can be termed as virtual devices, and that time they do not know which address is going to be referred. See here, you can see mismatch arrows. The relation between virtual addresses and physical memory addresses is given by the page table, so that reference of each and every address can be interlinked. Next is paging, the internal operation of main memory unit. This internal operation of main memory unit which was done here is shown in this. How each and every stack is being arranged, page table is being arranged, how many bits are being given. Virtual page 2 is used as an index into the page table. So a location is being shown, how a location is being divided 110, how 110 is divided into bit maps, outgoing physical address, then incoming physical address which is there, that is 1110. Once outgoing, how it will be divided. All these things are done into 4 KB pages, how they are divided. Next is structure of a page table entry. When you talk about page table, that page table works with these all components, that is caching disabled, modified, reference protection, present absent, and page frame number to which it is referred. So these are the columns which a page table has. Next is speeding up page. When we talk about speeding up page, there are certain issues related to speeding up, and the first one is the mapping from virtual addresses to physical addresses must be fast. Yes, they are interconnected. Virtual addresses are random values, so that is the reason speeding up should be made into it. If the virtual address space is large, the page table will be large. Yes, once if you increase the value of virtual table, the page table also will be increased to make the reference more faster. Then translation look aside buffers. All those virtual pages modified how many times, what is the frame number, what is the protection they have given. See here, RW, RX, all those things are read write execution given to them. That is, they can only make changes, they can only read the file, they cannot execute the file. That is, X stands for execution, R stands for read, and W stands for write. Then multi-level page tables. Multi-level page table is one, all the tables from a hierarchy will be linked to one single top level page table, and they will just have the page references, that is the page number references, and all those data will be there in top level page table. So first is a 32-bit address with two page table fields. with two page table fields for reference, that is given here. Inverted page tables is inversion of KBs, that is comparison of traditional page table with an inverted page table, that is one will have only virtual pages, one will have physical memory, and other will have a hash table for different page, virtual page as well as page frame all together in one. Inverted is conversion of a old value to new is being given in inverted page table. We'll stop for this topic here. We'll continue in the next lecture.